a video review of the Residence Inn Foggy Bottom Hotel in Washington, D.C. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining. This video is part of my series on Washington, D.C. If you want to know more about coming to Washington, D.C., or you want to see more hotel reviews, you'll find links in the description below to my entire Washington, D.C. playlist. But in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know if you're considering staying at this hotel, including showing you the inside of one of the rooms, the common areas of the hotel, the neighborhood around the hotel, and finally ending with the conclusive pros and cons, whether you want to stay at this hotel or not. The Residence Inn Foggy Bottom Hotel is a 10-story building with just about 100 guest rooms located in Washington, D.C.'s Foggy Bottom neighborhood. The hotel is located just 1 block away from the George Washington University Medical Center, which is also adjacent to the Foggy Bottom GWU metro station. So convenient if you want to get around D.C. or you're going to George Washington University. And just 2 blocks away is a fairly good-sized Whole Foods market. So if you want to cook in that kitchen in the room, you can pick up all the groceries you need from here. Just out the hotel, 1 block in the other direction, is the building that former President Nixon made famous, the Watergate Building. You can see it there on the right. And although the hotel has Georgetown in the name, it's still a pretty good distance to Georgetown, about 10 minutes walking to get to the closest side of Georgetown from the hotel. All parking at the Residence Inn is valet parking. At the time of this review, it was $50 per night. As you enter into the hotel, just under that red awning you saw on the outside, you come in here to the check-in area. 2 check-in desks, recently remodeled front desk. There's also home to the hearth room. Typically, Residence Inns have this kind of little like lounge area, a couple computers in the back, and then just behind that is the breakfast area of the hotel. A lot more busy when it's actually breakfast time. At the back of the lobby, just past the elevator, is a small exercise room. 2 treadmills, 1 elliptical, and a few weights. Just adjacent to the fitness center, you'll find a small laundry room with credit card operated washers and dryers, $250 each. Now that we've seen everything around the hotel, let's check out the inside of one of the rooms. This room, 907 on the 9th floor. Come on in, let me show you around. We're coming in the front door. I'm gonna flip this around so you see the room instead of me. The first thing you see as you come in the room is the kitchen. It has a full kitchen in this separate little room over here. In the kitchen, there is a full-size refrigerator, a microwave, a sink, a 2-burner stove, washer. It's making some ice in that fridge. And if you're wondering, hey, how can you cook? Well, right down here, they've got pots, they've got pans, they've got all the utensils you'd ever need. They've even got a toaster right down here. And then up in this cabinet, they've got glasses and bowls and those sorts of things. And what are you gonna do with that microwave? Well, they've included some popcorn and some coffee for that coffee machine. So now from the kitchen, there's a little window that looks into the living room, but you can also get there through this other door. The bedroom's over there. We're gonna come back to the bedroom. This is the living room. In the room, there's a little dining room table over here, more of a countertop with 2 seats on it. Nice yellow wall in the background. They've got some cherry blossom art. There's a good sized desk in the back, flat panel television right here. And on this table, I'm gonna point out when I checked in, they gave me this little welcome bag. It had a Washington magazine, some goldfish, some local restaurants, and then a map of the neighborhood. So if you wanna know where this hotel is, this is DC. This is Foggy Bottom Metro stop right here, and the hotel is right here. Georgetown proper is just off the edge of the map that you don't see. All right, let's go check out the bedroom. The bedroom doesn't have a yellow wall, it has a blue wall, big king size bed in here. That is basically what is in this room. It is a big room with a king size bed and a flat panel television with a little dresser, empty drawers. Then there's this next room, which I guess you'd call the dressing room, which leads to the bathroom. This room is quite big. I like the amount of space. I think it'll be quiet to sleep in. This is the closet. There's a safe over there, some place with some hangers. There is no robe in the closet, but there's some extra sheets up on that top shelf. This is where they put the mirror in the room, right in this little alcove. There's a light up here that we could turn on. And then this is actually the bathroom portion of the room. We've got the toilet, we've got the sink, we've got another mirror that is in here, and then just behind me this way, we've got the shower. It is not a bathtub, it's a shower that has sliding glass doors It has some of these common soap things there that I don't think I'm going to be using because I hate those things. It has a fixed head, and on the sink it does have some individually packaged soaps as well. Okay, well, now that we've seen everything around the hotel and the inside of one of the rooms, it is time for the review. And those of you who watch our reviews regularly know we rate things on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers. Topher's my traveling panda who was not traveling with me on this particular trip, but this hotel is going to get a rating of 2.5 Tophers. So now we'll talk about the pros and the cons of why it got 2.5. And first of all, I'm going to say there's a lot of things to like about this hotel and there's a lot of things not to like. And I was kind of torn with this rating, but there were just so many things that were wrong with my room that's why it got 2.5 Tophers. But we're going to start with the pros and then go to the cons. The pros: great location, just 1 block from the Foggy Bottom subway. Because it is an older hotel, the rooms are really big. So if you're looking for a hotel with big rooms, you're going to find them here. The staff was all pretty friendly. The breakfast was pretty good for Residence Inn breakfast. I enjoyed the oatmeal every morning. Recently remodeled downstairs, so that was pretty nice. Oh, and the air conditioning in the room was cold, which was great because I was here when the temperatures were nearly 100 degrees, so cold air conditioning is good. Now on to the cons. We'll actually first start with the air conditioning. It's really noisy. You might not be able to hear it right now because it's sort of on just the fan level, but when it's going, it's super loud. But the biggest reason I dropped so many Tophers is because the room is really tired. There's a lot of maintenance issues with the room. For example, the threads are coming up from the carpet. The air conditioner's super dusty. I don't know why nobody takes a duster to that thing. In the bathroom, there was like a lot of mold and mildew in the corners that they just didn't clean. The plug in the bathroom, nothing would stay in it, so I couldn't charge my shaver there. I had to put my shaver in another part of the room. So it's like they've remodeled some parts of the hotel, but not all of it, or some of it they've just ignored, and so that really bugs me. If they don't pay attention to those little things, what else don't they pay attention to? And while my room was pretty quiet, I could hear doors opening and closing in the hallway because they close really loud, and I could hear some noise from the adjacent room, which is not typical for Residence Inns because usually when you have a really big room, it kind of isolates you from the noise. The good news on that was I did not hear any noise out from the street because the Residence Inn here is on a pretty quiet street. Oh, and the hotel has a swimming pool on the rooftop. I couldn't show it to you because when I went to the pool in the elevator, I pushed the P button, the elevator door opens, and then there was a sign that just said employees only. Maybe it's under remodel, things like that. It seems like there could be a better way to announce the pool was being remodeled than just a cone with a sign that said employees only. So now the question is, would I stay here again? Maybe if the price is right. If it's less than $150 a night, then I would consider this a reasonable place to stay. In my case, it was more around $200 a night, and so I felt that what I was paying for this hotel just wasn't worth the money for a room that was this tired. Well, hey, if you're looking for more information about Washington, D.C., click right here to watch my Washington, D.C. travel series, including more hotel reviews and travel tips on visiting Washington, D.C. Well, I won't say goodbye, because I'll see you in this video.